welcome to another episode of The Art Patient. In this video I'll be talking about abdominals, lung capacity and the most powerful muscle in your body, individual muscle, not group of muscles guys, individual muscle is the diaphragm. Now that surprised me when I first found out many years ago, and it surprises lots of people that the most powerful muscle in your body is one that you never get to see. But, drum roll, you get to feel the ability of it. Now, that ability can be yours if you harness the power of the diaphragm and practice opening up the rib cage and expanding your breathing capability. Now, one of the things I like to do here is to do that with everybody I train. It makes a world of a difference and it expands the shoulder girdle, which we have so many problems with, don't we guys? And it becomes an introduction to core work. Now, it's surprising guys how many people just join an health club or a leisure centre and think that doing countless abdominal movements where their legs are fixed into a position generally 45 degrees on an abdominal bench and just doing short crunches will give them a fabulous waist. We have become so egocentric and image conscious guys, we have not realised that lots of athletes you see on YouTube and lots of athletes you see in any kind of media, their pictures have all been filtered with a phone camera. We see this most in, you ladies know about that. We see it a lot with women. And then when you actually see the person, they don't actually look like their filtered image for obvious reasons. Now this goes on a lot. So we've become almost programmed to look at a six-pack. Now the whole idea, guys, ladies, of the six-pack theory is like more apparent on bodybuilders have brought it to the forefront many years ago with the effect of the drugs have on the body. They're the effect of what testosterone does to a body. Testosterone made in a lab will increase muscle size and lower body fat. Now lowering of body fat is actually a dangerous thing. It shouldn't be done. This actually backfires on the bodybuilders after if they ever come off testosterone drugs. A copy of a male hormone. But the downside to this is all the side effects you see from it, like an enlarged prostate. Low body fat is a side effect. Now that's a problem because your body relies on fat cells to make hormones. So that's a major problem there. So you're automatically going to be low on hormones. But if you're shooting hormones into yourself anyway, it's going to turn your testicles off anyway. The biology that you are is going to respond. It's surprising anyway how many people actually have abdominals but have never trained their diaphragm. You will always have a more effective abdominal system, right, to stop any negative impact you're having from the movement of stresses through your body. For instance, if you ever got a bar above your head, an Olympic bar above your head, your abdominals and your intercostals and your obliques have got to act as a buffer zone there, see. They've really got to be you need some strength in the abdominals. And like we see this in gymnastics, don't we, where the gymnasts are tremendous, and the crossfitters. The crossfitters have to have, and the gymnasts, have to have such strong abdominals. It doesn't matter whether they've got a six-pack. If you go looking, you'll notice this, guys. It doesn't matter whether they've got a six-pack. It's the strength in that core. It's the strength in the core. And like I say, if you develop the strength is more important to do a move, see. Then on some of them the abdominals are way exposed because they've got relatively low body fats. But again, the waters have been muddied by some of the guys are using drugs, and it's blatant to see. The point is, right, what I'm getting at is the strength in that area is far more important than how they look. They don't need, it doesn't matter how it's whether they're active and whether they look. Because when you're squatting, supposing you've got a bar on your shoulders and you're squatting down, the bar will want to fold you over as you go down. You've got to counter that with your abdominal strength. One way to increase abdominal strength is, like I say, and lung power and heart power. One way to increase it is with training the diaphragm muscles that actually inflate the lungs along with the abdominals. The diaphragm is so important, and excuse me, very rarely does it get addressed. So here I always address the diaphragm, and then you're always assured a measured amount of oxygen, because you've got the diaphragm acting like it should be. So your pupil, the athlete, has always got a measured amount of oxygen going in. You know you've already addressed that. And like I say, that's a problem in most people, because if you ask anyone, the strongest muscle in the body is, and most of them will not tell you it's the diaphragm, the strongest individual muscle. Thank you very much. Look out for more videos soon.